Firstly, earlier this year, a woman from Shropshire set out to play Cupid, setting up a speed dating company to bring people out of their homes and from behind their dating apps. Pixie Greatorex has seen the success of her venture grow and says there's a real community among those who attend, and she's seen popularity in speed dating spike among men and women of a certain age group. Our reporter Kate Baldock can tell you more.
For anyone in their 40s or 50s stuck in the cycle of using dating apps, it can often feel painful doing a daily scroll of potential suitors. But one Shropshire woman, Pixie Greatorex, has cottoned on to this. No more apps, just people meeting in real life for speed dating. So how have things gone since New Year?
So the last two events sold out. So we had 18 dates and 17 dates, I think it was, for the one before. So really popular. When I first started, we had 25 people of each, like men and ladies, come. That was a bit too many, a bit too much talking for one night. So I would say very well. Like, those are my easiest ones to sell compared to every other event I do.
So what do you think it is behind this? Is it a case of people, reinstating their dating app for the 20th time this year, or actually wanting to meet people in real life?
Yeah, there's several issues with the dating apps. I hear this a lot from my community. One is the lies that people tell. So that could be anything ranging from, I don't know how tall you are, whether you have a job, filters that people use, heavy filters, and then you get on the date and you feel already that you've been deceived. So when you go to an in-person event, you can't really deceive people on as many things. You can still lie, of course. I think there's a lot of prejudging and swipe fatigue, as we call it, where, you're judging people on a very shallow set of criteria. And it's not healthy, and it's a lot of rejection for people. Whereas when you're in person, you can see all those little nuances, like the way someone laughs and the way they move, and those things matter.
So when it comes to speed dating, which ages are the ones looking for love?
I have the most popular cohort in their 40s and 50s, and I know why that is. I've worked it out. So dating apps had a big surge about 10 years ago. So anyone in their 40s had 10 years pretty much without dating apps. And then they would be in their late 20s, early 30s. And that would mean they, most likely, generalising here, may have been in a serious relationship, maybe having kids, generalising, as I say. So then they've come back out of those relationships and they're like, hold on a minute, what's this? What's this online dating thing? And there's that craving to go back to in-person, and they are loving the events. It's a social life with single people. There's no pressure. And I think that's why it's so popular amongst people in their 40s and 50s.
And Carl Goodwin from Shropshire is one person in that number. The 52-year-old met his now girlfriend Jen at a speed dating event earlier this year.
Having not long come out of a divorce, had tried the online dating apps, not very successfully at all, and got a bit fed up with being scammed or people trying to scam me on them and not having a very good time with it at all. I thought it's quite expensive.
Just tell me about what your experiences were. Was it a case of women not being who they appear to be?
Yeah, I think so. They were portraying themselves as one type of person and then game playing or not representing what they actually were in their profiles. It was the second of Pixie's events after she just started the company. I actually went to the first one and actually matched with 3 people at the first one. I only went on a date with one of those. Didn't really work out. Again, person, obviously. You get 4 minutes with each person. And you have to get chatting further. It wasn't meant to be. And I contacted Pixie and said, it hasn't worked out. Where's the next event? You're like, great. I'll get you booked on. And then I met my now girlfriend at Pixie's second event.
So how long have you been together?
7 months now. Going on 8 months it'll be in a couple of weeks' time.
Don't stop believing.
Pixie Greatorex and Carl Goodwin speaking to our reporter Kate Baldock. Later on in the show,
I thought love was only true in fairy tales.
Just talk me through a speed dating event. What happens? What can people expect?
So they'll come in and meet me and my team, which happens to always be my family and my friends. So it's a bit of a family business. Well, yeah, I want to keep it close at the moment with just the people I can really trust to make my guests feel welcome, because it takes so much to walk through those doors. I can't tell you how much it takes in terms of like confidence and courage. And you're not talking about a set of very confident people. You're talking about all sorts of people with all sorts of dating history. So they get through the door, and that's a massive achievement, and we recognise that. So then they'll get their name badge, and what we do first is we separate the men and the ladies so they can get to know each other. You introduce the ladies to each other, and it's like they've been friends forever. The men tend to make micro groups, very different. They're pretending they're not bothered, but they are nervous, and they get talking. So we do that to begin with, just so everyone has a moment to settle in. And then we get the ladies to take their seats at their tables. They have a permanent seat for the night, so they don't have to move around. And then the men come in and they start at one table. 4 minutes to have a chat. And then you get the bell ring. You get a couple of minutes to make some notes so you can remember who that person is and decide whether or not you think you might want to see them again. And then they'll move on to the next date. And then at the end of the night, they hand in a little card to tell me the names of the people they want to see again. Then within 24 hours, they'll find out whether they've matched and they have each other's details. Lots and lots of relationships have started. And the other thing I love is the friendships, particularly amongst the ladies in their 40s, 50s.
If you need a bit of encouragement, Carl has this advice.
Give it a go. Everybody's in the same boat. Just go along to meet people. It wasn't necessarily I'm going to meet the next love of my life. I'm just going as part of a social activity to go out, have a chat with good people, have a drink. Don't go looking necessarily for what you had before as well. Go in with an open mind.
BBC Radio Shropshire's Kate Baldock hearing from Carl Goodwin, who met his girlfriend at one of Pixie Greaterex's speed dating events.